Hello, and welcome to a first look at The King is Watching. If you remember, I covered the demo of this game a little while back, and I was super into it. And it's here. It's finally here. It actually came out 5 days ago. This video is 5 days late because I was not sent an early key for this, and it took me a long time to get to a point where I was like, okay, I'm ready to do a video on this game. I want to lead off by saying I love this game. This game's really good. This is also probably going to be one of my more critical first looks ever because I have a lot of things to say that I want to make sure you know about this game, so that you can make a informed decision. Usually I play like an hour or two of a game for a first look and then I'll go, okay, I have a good understanding of it. I think I'm at like 10, no, 12 hours in this game. I really, really like this game, but it does have some clear issues. So anyway, let's get to it, shall we? Let me get in here. First of all, options, these don't exist. There's nothing. Let me turn the music up. The problem is the volume will like shift. We're gonna fight with audio for a while. Okay, so here's the hub town. First of all, what is this game and how much does it cost? I forgot all of that stuff. Sorry. This game is an auto battler, kingdom manager. You'll get a feel for it. It's fairly unique in my opinion in how it works. But the best thing you could call it is like an auto battler strategy game. And the game is 15 bucks. It's on sale for the next 2 days for 14 or 13.50. But yeah. So first things first, number one thing you need to know about this game, the meta progression is oppressive. There is so much to do. So you get like these advisors, which give you passive buffs. You get currency to do meta progression and like actually unlock character power through doing challenges, which is very strange because what it leads to, this is my first criticism, what it leads to is that if I unlock this character, this King Brezinius, he has 3 abilities, right? You don't get those abilities until you win a run versus all 3 bosses. But the problem is, if you're playing on a higher difficulty, not having these abilities makes you a lot weaker and makes your runs a lot harder. So you almost, when you unlock a new character, you almost have to drop the difficulty down to like the first difficulty where you can fight 3 bosses. A very strange mechanic. Like it happened to me with this King Spellless guy I tried to play on where I'm at, which is like difficulty 4. Typical Ascensions system, by the way. And I just got smoked after the first fight because I just didn't have any abilities of his. So it was like, what the heck's going on here, man? Anyway, here's the upgrade tree. There's 4 paths. I would say I'm about, probably a little under halfway through meta progressing through everything. The second thing I want to point out, though, that is kind of important to know, the meta progression is strange in that it's not exactly linear. So, for example here, the most obvious case of this is this upgrade here, new buildings, geese training fields, stables, and worm riders. The geese training fields unlocks this unit called the goose rider, right? I assume that's what it unlocks anyway. I actually haven't seen it. There's a different building, which I think either starts unlocked or I unlocked elsewhere in the tiers somehow, and I was just unlocking shit. That's called the Goose Hydra, which transforms your Goose Riders into a higher level unit. I kept getting offered that building, but I hadn't unlocked the building before it. So I was like, what the hell, man? I took it a few times and I was like, okay, maybe I'll finally see the Goose Rider this one. No, I just didn't have it unlocked. So a very strange system of unlocking for sure, but overall, it's not like terrible. It's just strange. Anyway, that's enough talking. I don't have a whole lot else to say. I think that the UI in this game is a little bit unintuitive the first few times you play the game. It took me a while to actually understand what I was looking at in the start screen, but I'm ready to start playing now. So we're gonna play as King Baldwin here. He's like the starter king. He's probably the simplest to understand. I have only unlocked slots for 3 advisors, and I'm gonna play with these 3, which you don't really need to know what they do right now. There are 4 difficulty levels, and you get this green currency, the town denarii, from just playing runs, but you need these ascension crystals, which you get by beating higher ascension levels, or you get them from the challenges. So actually doing achievements in this game is a part of unlocking things. For example, I would get one if I want to run without upgrading my army, without casting spells, by clearing all the trees, by not taking any damage, things like that. And those ascension crystals are used in the upgrades to get things like these upgrades here, right? And these upgrades are pretty impactful for what it's worth, as far as I can tell anyway. Hang on, I do kind of want to grab this King's Quest 3, actually. That sounds cool. All right, but we're going to play on threat level 2. Threat level 2 is the first difficulty where you don't fight, uh, or where you get to fight all 3 bosses, so is where I tend to play right now when I'm unlocking new stuff. Otherwise, I'm working up the Ascension, which is pretty tough, actually. I am doing a lot of losing in this game. Okay, let's get to it. There's also a second map, which I haven't played too much of. Don't worry about this stuff. It's fine. This is just showing you what boss you're going to fight, and then this is your start of run upgrade, which this is like you have to unlock this in the upgrades tree before you get these. And we're going to take another criticism here. It would be nice to see what these are. You have to just tell what they are by the sprite. I think these are 2 madmen. I'm going to take 50 wheat, 50 wood. Okay, so now we can actually talk about the game. What the hell are you looking at here, right? So we have this, which is the gaze indicator. Whatever this is hovering over, the buildings will produce. Our units are here. Enemies will come from the right and walk to the castle and try to destroy it. That's the basics of the game. Now, I'm going to go over everything that you're looking at on the UI here so that you can just have a reference point. So we'll start at the top left. This is denarii. This is money. There's 2 different types of denarii. This is the in-game, like in-run denarii, the purple one, and then the green one is the meta currency denarii. This is the time tracker. This shows you the enemies that are coming up. At this point, we will pick the prophecy, which is a cool system we'll talk about a little bit. This is where we can see what bosses we're fighting. There is an advisor that lets you see all of the bosses, but to be honest with you, I don't actually know anything about the bosses, so I just don't care. Also, stop unpausing. This is artifacts. This is where we'll see our relics, basically. Time controls. Now for the actual stuff. The way that you can think about this is there are tier 0 resources, which is just water. There's the tier 1 resources, which is wood, food, iron ore, and clay. And you could also say crystals and grapes as well would fit into that category, actually. The tier 2, which are like processed versions of tier 1, so like flour comes from wheat, metal comes from iron ore, and wine comes from grapes, and then gold you're just always making, and meat and fuel and all of these other resources, which to be honest with you, I've never actually done a run where I've made fuel because it's so insane. Like it's such a hard effort, I feel like, to get to fuel. But yeah, lots of resources, and generally the way that you'll want to go about learning this is just by going, well, what do I need now? So in the early game, your general goal is to upgrade your gaze size, which lets you have more buildings active. And to do that, we need 60 wheat and 60 gold. So we will survive the first wave with our starting units, and then we will just get going. So the wells are free, and so we'll just place these down right away. The little marks on the ground are buffs, so buildings on the blue produce faster, purple is even better, and red is a debuff. And I'll let this go at 1x speed for a little bit. So you can see it's just we're gonna tick up some wood, and then when we want to, we can press shift and drag. Now there's a negative to doing that on buildings that aren't the wells. They'll produce slower for a little bit. If I were to take this wheat field out and then back in, it gets nerfed in its production. So you're incentivized to sort of plan where you're gonna play and like make little different sections, right? That's the idea. But we're gonna go ahead and switch off of this well, and we're gonna put out our market now. The market lets us trade any of these resources for gold. Wheat and ore trade 1 for 1. Flour and metal, which are processed, trade 1 for 3. And so we're just gonna let that run to make us some money to get our first gaze upgrade. And now the basics are done. We'll just go to 3x speed. I'll talk about what the other buildings are when I'm putting them down. But generally the way that you approach this game is you think about what you need to do next, more or less. And right now I don't need to do anything except get my gaze upgraded. And then once we see our prophecy and we see what we're fighting next, it'll be better. What the hell is this? Gain 90 resources of your choice? I haven't even seen this one before. Cool. Okay, so first we got 10 denarii, and now we get to take our first building. Each of the units have a different type. So like these gnomes are grunts, these slingers are ranged, the madhouse units are arcane grunts. And so basically there will be things that interact with this. We'll be able to upgrade our grunts. But like, for example, do any of these have anything? No. Okay, never mind. Some of them will be like grunts are stronger, but grunts are generally like weak and you get a lot of them. So like the gnomes, you get 5 of them and they're 30 HP. And you typically want to play some sort of frontline backline, I feel like, is the theory. But you also want to pick in a way that you can sustain, right? So like early on, picking Gnome Dome is really difficult because they're expensive in gold, but they give you a bunch of morale, which I haven't even talked about yet. Oh my god. I'll take the Slinger's Tree here. I haven't really played with these guys much, so we give this a shot. Basic production. I think since I just took something that needs iron, I'll take an iron mine, and that goes into our blueprints pile. And then the prophecy. So you have to, this is how you determine what you're going to fight in the next few waves and what rewards you get. You have to take all 3 of these prophecies, like you have to take the exclamation mark ones, and then you can take these optionals depending on how strong you are. So what do we have in the optionals? I actually just don't really read what the enemies are too much yet. It's still too much for me. Wallbusters aren't too bad for a spell. I think you can take spells early and then try to stack higher waves later. So we could take like a very difficult wave here, because assuming these 2 spells will do me some good. And then a little extra denarii for the shop should be fine. So I'm making a very difficult setup for myself here, which means that we need to put in the effort to get stronger. And then after each of the prophecies you get an event, we actually get a really good 100 gold infusion, which is what I'm going to take here. You can read about the Necronomicon here if you want, but I'm going to go ahead and take 100 gold. Now, let's talk about our future, right? So we have enough to upgrade our gaze size now. That's very good. To get the next gaze size upgrade, we need gold, wheat, and clay. But first, we should make sure that we have an army capable of surviving the incoming attacks. Our current starting spell is pretty bad. It's just 50% slow, which doesn't really do anything. So we're going to want to try to focus on getting the Slinger's Tree down and getting out 4 Slingers, and then probably putting up a little more frontline, which will be our starting units here, the Peasants, which I did not play any of because they are not very good. Oh, but I didn't know they had 1% tall production for each peasant on the battlefield. That's kind of cool. Okay, so let's get to work here. I need to get some water. I think I can stop producing gold for now. I'm going to go ahead and I think I will just play around the production boost here. It's an interesting thought that I'm still trying to figure out. I think it's right to just move the market out and play for the production area though, because I'm getting 20% boost on these 2 tiles, which is very good. So I'm going to grab a little water to get a peasant's hut down. And we'll put our military buildings up in the top right here. Okay, and then we need to go iron mine. I've been playing this game on 3x speed and then just pausing when I need to make choices like this. There are diminishing returns on the cost, by the way, so stacking a bunch of the same building does reduce your yield since they're capped at how much they give you. So like if I put another wheat field out, it costs me more water. This mostly matters for the gold mines, in my opinion. Let me think about this. What do I need to do? I think basic construction here, and then I'm just gonna make that into a clay mine. And that might not sound like anything meaningful to you right now. Don't worry about it. Basically, this building, you get to put it down and it becomes a tier 2 of a process building. So I'm going to put this here. I'm going to try moving it and see if it does take the penalty. I just was curious about that. And then if I don't have anything good to do, I should just be making water right now. And I'm actually going to slow down because I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. Yeah, I'm falling behind just a touch. What we can do is we can use this ability to give us 3 militia immediately. And I'm going to slow these guys down. So I'm going to pay 30 water. These are our special abilities. I can spend gold for production, which I think isn't great early. Mostly I just need to split these guys up. My madmen are strong. They basically run up and hit the enemy and then run back. And then these big guys are wall busters who just walk up and hit your wall. Anyway, so I was looking at the fight instead of actually playing. So yeah, I'm going to convert this into a clay mine. So this is a big clay mine, so instead of being 200 it has 1,000 cap, which is pretty nice. But they're slightly slower as well. But we're going to use this to try to build up to get the next level of broader gaze. And then we get to draft 2 spells here. We just want damage spells, is my feeling. And so you can pause and read these if you want. I didn't even think about it. This is one of the problems I face when I come to do a first look late. I just I know what stuff does, so I just go. And I need to not be like that. But also I don't want to just sit here and information overload you. You know? I'm going to turn the music down just a little. It felt a little loud there. Okay, so we're just going to let our production go for a little bit. I'm going to stay on 2x speed for now. And we're going to try to get to our Slinger's Tree. And we'll go ahead and put this. I should actually put it here, and then we can go produce. Important thing to know, When you're starting out, click this button twice to set to spawn troops to capacity. If it's like this, you will only spawn troops on the field, and we have a cap of 5, right? So right now it won't produce. If we do spawn troops to capacity, it'll put them on the field and then fill them into the barracks, which is basically the reserve. And while it's here, I will, or while I'm thinking about it, I'll up my unit limit to 8, which costs wood. Is this wave scary? Let me look. No, I don't even think I need to spend a spell on this wave. I should crush these guys. My peasants should handle this no problem. You can hover over the enemies to see what their stats are as well. You do kind of just have to learn it though. Oh, and these buildings aren't producing because I don't have any wheat. That's my fault. It's definitely a game that I feel like asks me to be very focused. You need to do a lot of this and I refuse to do it. A lot of like minimizing and looking. I'm gonna grab another iron mine here and we'll wait for this one to finish up though. So what's next in our journey is probably going to be making the gold for broader gaze, because I think we should survive the next few waves no problem. Because after this wave, this is our prophecy wave, and then we'll get a pretty easy wave that gives us the shop, and then our next wave that gives us our next prophecy. So this is the hard wave, which I'm going to pause and aim my spells on. Bladefall drops blades. And I'm going to go ahead and do ground fire, burn enemies that pass through it, and just light the big guy on fire. It's a ticking dot, so I don't really think I need to keep them fighting in it. We'll do another iron mine. We might be a little weak here. Yeah, we are. Okay, I got crushed. That's fine. I'll just let our units spawn in. Now, this is a position where you might want to spawn on or in the barracks, right? Because then you can send them all out together instead of sending them into the grinder. But it's okay. We win anyway. Get 45 resources, or like gold here. Then we get a building upgrade. 10% chance of repairing your castle for 1 HP. That's kind of cool. I don't really feel like I'm playing around Claymine, so I don't feel like it's great to upgrade. If you want to, you can spend 10 denarii to reroll, but I'm not a big fan. I'll take Slinger HP by 200%, I guess. And we get a big building here. I like locking in a big wheat field. And then we can replace this with a big wheat field. These are very nice because now I just have this long production area, more or less. I have a tile enchanter. I didn't even realize I had this. This must be from my starter. I can just pay 100 gold here to enchant this tile, which I don't hate, actually. It's probably about as good as getting broader gaze would be. And then we'll go lock in and start working towards it. Oh yeah, I have to wait. They're not done enchanting. Now we can get it. How you guys doing? Are you winning that? Yeah. Our super buffed slingers should hold for a while. And now we get to spend our denarii. These are buildings. These are relics. Spells, passive upgrades, and resources are what we can buy. So let's take a look. Wow, there's a fuel pump. I've actually never been offered a fuel pump on the first shop. It's insane to buy this because you need metal to make it, it's way too expensive. Goldsmith's Farm, it's slower but gives you... so normally you get wheat at a rate of 1 per second. This is every 10 seconds. It gives you 5 wheat and 1 gold, which I think is not very good. I can't make this. Militia Camp's decent. Assassin's Temple is also really good. We'll see what the relics are. When your troops dies or enemy unit becomes enraged. Gain grapes when you kill an enemy. Receive 4 spells. Not that good. Slingers have a 3% chance of stunning an enemy. I'm not using Magic School. I kind of like get 4 grapes when you kill an enemy, actually. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so the next wave isn't free. I probably will want to make some units here. And if it wasn't clear, by the way, when you hover over this, the units have a cost. So like these peasants cost me 4 wheat or 8 wheat to make. And then like the Slinger's Tree costs me 5 ore and 10 wheat. But for now, we're just kind of chilling. We're going to have a nice clean early game. We can use some water to overstack more peasants. And we're just going to wait. Eventually, I'll probably put up this research table and this magic school. This one generates the spells at the cost of crystals, which we can't use. And then this one lets us get minor blueprints, which are the tier 1 buildings like this iron mine. You can think about it like this wheat field is a tier 2 and the small wheat field is a tier 1. Or, as this game puts it, it's a basic and a advanced, I think. Anything good here? Madhouse? I do have the clay to play these guys. I don't know if they're actually like good, but they do give us 4 morale. Oh yeah, let me tell you about morale in a minute. Black Sheep Barn, I don't have any crystals for. Bone Pit just costs water to make bones. These guys are... This is another example of a unit that I think I just don't have the other piece of, because I've never seen another undead before. The only undead troop I've seen is the Bones, and their passive is that they buff all the other undead troops. But, again, I've not seen one. I'm going to go ahead and take the Madhouse here. And so I will think about adding them to the group. Need any of this? Not really. I guess you just take the wheat field. And we should stock up on iron mines. Receive 30 of every resource or cheat death. This cheat death is really good, but I'll take 30 of every resource. Basic construction. And I want this one, which gives us a unit. And then probably, I don't really need basic production all that much. I'll still take one. These rewards are not very good, I gotta say. These rewards are actually really trash. I guess we'll take troop training, but like I don't want resources. I don't think that makes a lot of sense. So what I guess we'll do here is take a spell and then we'll just kind of sit. What is this? You either get 20 max HP, a choose spell. I'll take a 50-50 artifact or nothing. We get the artifact, and it's... I guess sawmills and trees damage enemies while they're working is fine. So we're not going to actually take much like threat from the enemies because the prophecy was lower, which means we're going to focus on making our gaze stronger. To get the last gaze size upgrade, we need to get to 600 gold, which is very far away. I think it's actually really hard to do without processed materials or some other gold source. But, you know. We'll go ahead and throw in a basic construction here. I'm going to turn this into a sawmill, and we're going to kind of just stack resources for the long term. And this is the game, by the way. You hopefully have a good cover of it. Sorry, morale. Last thing I need to remember. Let me pause while I talk about it. Every king gets a different morale passive, and this is morale. You get morale from having wine, and then it goes down over the course of the fight, and then there are other ways to get it, like units. I think it was the madmen give it, right? But there's a bunch of ways to get morale. But this king's passive from morale is you get 1% damage boost per point. So right now we have a 32% boost in damage. And I think that the wine is, yeah, it's just a flat 30 morale boost. And then you can give me a sawmill. The sawmill will passively damage enemies for us now because of that relic we just picked up. So we're basically just going to sit. I'm going to play the Assassin's Temple. It uses the iron. Assassins are like single strong units. They also buff your grunts by 50% HP, which is not bad since I'm playing a lot of them. And we'll just take Summon and Infernal. And I'll go drop the Assassin's Temple here. And then I'm going to replenish my peasant stock, and then we'll hit our raise militia button in this position. Technically this is a little inefficient, but I think it's actually just like mentally not worth the effort. And then we'll press our button, and then we're just chilling. I could probably use... I'm actually going to go ahead and move this clay mine off for now. I could use more wheat. Right, we're at a negative, like we're neutral on wheat with the market actually, so putting up another field to give us a positive output is good. Yeah, you can see though, these guys are basically almost dead before they even reach me. And this is just because the prophecy options were not very good, in my opinion. So we're gonna go ahead and throw up this research table. This gives us, I think it's 100 seconds. Yeah, it's every 100 seconds it'll give us a minor blueprint, which is fine. It's not like we're doing anything else right now. And we're just kind of chilling. Yeah, I want to say, again, I want to reiterate, I love this game. It's really, really fun. But I do think it definitely has a few flaws. But despite that, I think it's great. It's definitely worth your time. It's just it's a little quirky when you're learning it. It doesn't have the best process of learning. That's what I would say. I should hit the raise militia button. It's fine. I wonder if I can stack up a bunch of slingers and then perma-stun enemies, right? Because they have a small chance of stun. Is that what it is? Let me read it. Claymine tree. I guess we should take a claymine. We have a bunch of trees left over. Then this is a passive buff. It's percent HP to the troop types. We're gonna give it to ranged. This, I do really appreciate that you can just hover over it to see what you're getting. And I will take plus damage on my ranged guys. Not a huge value proposition, but not bad. Mostly right now our army is a bunch of grunts though. What you got for me? Crystal mine. I like diversifying here, but also gold mine. This is the building where playing multiple of them is really bad because it costs you gold to get the gold mine, so you're actually just cutting into your profits. Yeah, we can just kind of kick back for a little bit. I'm not upping my unit limit right now because I'm going to try to overstack, or I'm overstacking anyway, so I'm only gaining 1 unit, 1 peasant. Now, one more thing to talk about, I should say. I think this is probably a little odd as we get further in, but there is no healing of your troops at a baseline. There are units and there are spells and there is a building that do it, but sometimes what I have found to be the optimal strategy is you monitor, like this assassin, for example. I should have just kicked him out and then remade him. And I wish I was kidding, but it is just what I should have done here. Thankfully he died. But you do have to like monitor your troops' HP, which I find kind of annoying. It isn't smart. It doesn't like throw away your troops based on lowest HP first. It will just throw away whoever. So you gotta watch out for that. You can spell your choice twice. Oh, indescribable figurine is really good. When a troop falls in battle, you get a dreadful creature. What else is here? 10% chance of repairing, boost wheat farm production. Musketeers, but I have no way to make wine. If I had a vinery here, maybe. Monument of the King's Gaze. A lot of these things you just can't possibly do. So I'll take the indescribable figure. In my opinion, often in games like this, also my assassin didn't die. What's his base HP? He's at 38. What should he be at? 190? I'll let him stay. Just know it might be wrong. It might be a misplay. What do we get? No gold mine. I'll take another crystal mine. It's my feeling too about this game is that you should probably diversify your options. Like you should just have, you shouldn't commit yourself mentally to a plan. That's the way I should say it. Because what's going to happen is you're just not going to get offered pieces of that plan. The game really wants you to just like, I don't know. How do I say it? The game really wants you to be open to pivoting based on what they show you. Because I think it's pretty inefficient to reroll ever. Whitman, don't really like them. 3% damage boost, and these guys are just passive buffs. We could play gnomes now because we have a bunch of gold, and they give us a little morale, but they're kind of shitty. Militia camp, they're fine. These are like good frontliners. I'll take them. Take another gold mine because ours is about to run out. Oh hey, a vineyard. And I don't need a vineyard. I need the distillery or the winery, actually. My mistake. I said the wrong thing. I'll take the iron mine then. I'll take meteor strike. Pardon me, I had to cough there. Grants temporary units a 50% chance of being resummoned, I guess is fine. I haven't used my third king ability at all, so I don't really want to lower the cooldown of it. Although I guess you could because we have tribute. What is it? How long is the cooldown on this? 250 seconds? Nah. Prophecy is... Kingdom infrastructure is okay. I really need like... I need advanced production. Or like refinement, you know? I need to make some tier 2 resources here. It's okay. I like loading up the final wave. Build up here. I get the spell first and then load up at the end. I really love this system, by the way. I think it's super good. What do you have for me? A sawmill, deforestation. This is 2 swordsmen. I think sawmill's always the best option, right? It's 1,000 wood to just chop into. And we're about to get our last gaze upgrade, and then here's our last gaze upgrade. Let me pause and actually think about what we're doing next. I don't really know, to be honest with you. Probably just bank and resources. And maybe I'm playing like militia camp. But I need to refine production, basically, is what I feel right now. We're not gonna get it off of the basic production either. We have to get like a better we need to get like a better production, but it hasn't offered me anything really. So maybe I get one from the shop or something. I don't know. Maybe, you know, I should probably get some water. I like banking resources in these weird, like, interim periods where there's nothing going on. I think it's pretty good. And we'll start hitting this boost production every, what was that, like 3.5 minutes? We get to just give ourselves 40% production speed up. Yeah, those goblin, or those lizardmen riders just fucking smoked me. That's okay. It gives us room to rebuild a little bit. I think that the cap of our units is 20. Take Blade Fall. Yeah, let me play Cannon. Spend fuel. The only thing that I can even pick here is Sacrificial Stone, but I don't have Black Sheep. And I don't really want to sacrifice sheep for a spell. I'm gonna go ahead and roll one time. Hospital's not bad. This is the one of the ways to heal your troops. It's not bad. Heals your boys while they're injured. And I'll throw in the militia here. And we can probably start moving away from peasants. Even though they get a little HP buff, right? They gain their, what are they? 53 because of the Assassin's Temple. Without some flat buffs, they're kind of bad, in my opinion. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring out these guys, the militia, first. And that's fine. But yeah, now we're just waiting. I'll go ahead and raise militia. Wait, why is this called raised militia, but it makes peasants, when there's a different building called the militia camp? Curious. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a swordfall here just to kill the lizard rider, because I fucking hate those guys. I don't know many of the enemies by name. I know the lizard riders by name. I know them by my hatred for them. Let me go to the gold mine, and then we're gonna start doing request tribute. This lets me turn 30 gold into a pick of 390 resources, and it gave me a bunch of trash. Incredible. Not like I really need gold anyway at this point, so it's not the end of the world. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go up to 3x speed for a little bit. What do I need to do here? Killing a boss, you can get established production. Killing 2 bosses. These are meta progression, these are just quests you unlock from going through the upgrade tree. So I have to cut 15 trees, which is so weird. Because these trees around the castle can be cut, but I don't know how you're supposed to do it consistently. It's very odd. Because, like, this guy isn't really about making spells, you know? Ooh, I like Fairy Fountain. Doesn't need to be watched to work and gives you a random resource every 10 seconds. That's fine. Damage dealt by assassins. Bad men, chance of evasion. I don't really hate assassins, but I think they kind of need attack range to really be useful. Oh, Madhouse. I think what happens to you sometimes in this game, though, is you just kind of get screwed and you don't get offered anything meaningful. Like, you just don't get a good game plan. It's happened to me a few times, it feels like. I need to make sure I'm making wheat, actually. And I'll turn this to build up the rest of our militia. I should actually put down the second sawmill. Let me get this clay mine out of here, because I should just go to cap my unit limit now. I think that's our next play. Look at that, he got resummoned. Not that it matters, because he's, like, useless anyway. Not useless, he's just not. Like, he's gonna go away before the enemies even get here. I mean, I guess if he just keeps resummoning is cool. Okay, what do you have for me? Every arcane unit provides a boost to spell damage. 90 resources of your choice, reduce the first ability. Assassin HP, passively increase damage dealt in HP by warrior troops. Now, I don't know about these iron mines. I don't know if this is like an actual passive that you need to have the iron mine active for, or if it is just a plus 5%. I haven't tested it yet. Ooh, the archery is pretty good. Ranged troops are nice. I don't love hunters. Their damage output is pretty meaningless. You can see DPS 3. What horsemen? They require 25 wheat, 25 grapes. I can make grapes. I've never used this unit before. I guess we could try it out. Damage per second, 38? Alright, I'm in. Let's do it, horsemen. And then... what do you think? Anything else here? I feel like spamming the militia is kind of whatever. Like, I only have one assassin, so assassin HP doesn't make any sense. I'll grab the archery. Okay, I'm gonna pause real quick. I want to reorganize my buildings a little bit. How many horses do I get? 3. So I'm gonna make this upper corner, because remember I'm getting grapes even though I don't have a vineyard or anything. I'm getting grapes from killing enemies, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. What do you need? Am I out of? I'm out of wheat and wood. Oh. I like the way those sound effects are stacking up. Okay, well they didn't resummon, so it's fine. I'll have to do a little bit of reorganizing of my troops here. Oh, this is actually the boss. Ooh. I think I'm too slow. Yeah, I'm too slow to reorganize. Alright. Well, good luck. I'll get a little bit of damage through from the sawmills as well. And we can cast our spells. This is our first boss. The bosses do things. Don't ask me to tell you what they are, because I don't actually know. I'm going to go ahead and cast my spells on her. She is very high HP, though. And she does a lot of... I think she just does a lot of slam AoE damage, which is why you kind of want some ranged units. Here comes my horseman. Look at him go. Holy crap, he's fast! Damn! Alright, we actually crushed that boss. That was free as hell. Never mind. What do you got for me? All troop buildings, unit capacity by 1 or unit limit by 6. +1, this is really good when you have like single troops. Like the assassin temples getting their effective space doubled is really good, for example. That being said, increase unit limit by 6. I probably like that a little more. Legendary spell. I'll take the fireworks. 100% productivity boost for a little bit. I like the fire mages, but I do need to get a way to make steel. But I just need that anyway. I almost want to roll this, but Denari is hard to come by. So I guess I'll just take a second iron mine for now. Grunt? Cronenberg Jr.? I didn't know those guys had names. I guess we'll take 15% damage to... But damage on grunts is kind of meaningless. I'd rather have 15% HP on my militia. Come to think of it. Alright, what you got for me? The waves are going to start ramping up now that we've killed the first boss. These rewards are not ramping up. Maybe I'm maybe I'm underrating how good it is to get like 5 goblin lizards. Ew. I might be underrating how good it is to get resource rewards. It's entirely possible. I'm gonna take the veteran barracks actually. We'll put it here. I'll just try to make sure I cast a spell on wave 2. Transmute all your resources to wine. Choose a reward of a random artifact, but you get attacked by 20 little dudes. I'll take the random reward and 20 little dudes. Who are we fighting? Oh, this fucking stupid ass dragon. Oh, I do know this boss because I hate him. Is the second ability cooldown? Alright. And then make sure you press this button to get your troops out. It looked bad for a second there, right? I was running low on troops. No, they were just all in the barracks. And then our second quest, we can get an established production blueprint. I was just thinking I need a wheat field. So we'll get a wheat field. I got the wrong wheat field out. Oops. Okay, and then I'm still making gold. I feel like I should maybe consider changing it up. Because what's the point of making gold right now? I don't know. I guess for the request tribute. 91? Not bad. Sorry, it unpaused on me there. Whoa. We'll go ahead and put up the hospital. And so we can just leave this in now and it'll heal our troops passively. But I do feel like I'm just kind of waiting right now. I mean, with the fireworks. I guess I should go make the rest of my troops, huh? A lot of them died there. And I don't know if it's 100% efficient to do it like this, where you do like a military section and then like a production section like this, but this is how I've been playing roughly. It's a lot better than swapping your shit around constantly in my short estimate, or my short time playing so far. Wait, I forgot I was trying to make this fairy fountain. I think I was distracted. This wave's scary? Not really. These horse dudes look really good, don't they? I guess they get kind of like crushed though. They die really fast, but otherwise they seem kind of great. Druids of the Badger? Ooh, I can make this one. What do they do? 10% damage dealt by ranged troops. Ooh, for every druid? Oh, dude, I'm down to do a little Druid of the Badger. After 20 seconds in battle, he'll transform into a Badger. Cool. I really want to play this Enchanted Stump, but it's never come up for me in a run where I get flower production. I guess I'll take chop some trees down, and roots is fine. I don't think my slingers have died, like, at all. Kind of wild. Give me, yeah, so I should wait until my troops are back, so you can see how this deforestation works, right? I just put it up like this, and I'll chop all of those trees. Every tree has a chance to turn into an angry ent and attack you. But, yeah, who cares? Fuck nature. All my homies hate nature. But yeah, now we're just chilling, waiting for something to do, basically. I feel like some of my runs have been like these really cool, really powerful, like I hit a bunch of cool endgame stuff, and some of my runs are just absolute struggles. This run is somewhere in the middle. I'm waiting for it to show me some sort of actual endgame plan. Heals 50% more militia. Archers stun enemies at full HP. I like the stuns. Oh, the Black Swordsmen are cool if you can make them. They buff your grunts. And he's like a single guy, though. I'll take the Academy of Fire, I suppose. You could do another Mushroom Grove if you like. But I'm really just waiting for metal. That's how it feels right now. And I need how much water? 400? 400. Almost there. Move this in. I will say, I'm probably going to get crushed by the dragon boss, because the dragon boss, he just does like a breath attack that kills all your troops. And I mean, maybe with the hospital I can heal through it, actually. Oh, this is the slingers of a chance to stun. I didn't take it. No wonder they haven't been stunning. It's okay, my plan of stacking 100 slingers didn't come to fruition because I didn't get offered 100 slingers. Now I'm gonna go put the fairy fountain on the boosted production tile. Seems reasonable, right? And go gold. I guess I take tribute. 90 flour? It's nice to do because you could just convert that flour into like 360 gold if we need it. Oh, I really need to be making sure I have wheat, because if I'm in a boss fight, I need a bunch of wheat to refresh my troops. Sorry. I don't know what the hell happened to me. And I'm also gonna go ahead and just send like peasants away. But I overstacked, so I've actually just made myself weaker. Alright, I'm gonna dismiss my peasants then. I think I could, well, I don't want to get rid of these buildings because there's no reason to, but I could. I want to get these druids out instead. What are you? Madmen? Madmen! I would really be appreciative if there was some way for this game to show me how good certain units are doing in the fights. Because, like, I have no idea if these madmen are good or not. I guess they're for morale, but yeah. Oh, also I have a capacity increase. Give me my druids. And now we'll start hitting militia. Yeah, I'm probably only going to get militia from raised militia now. This wave looks scary? Not really. I think these guys are going to get crushed. Also, I have the hospital healing. Where's my horse? Oh, my horse they got killed. Whoa. Druids of the Badger, Black Sheep. I need a forge, man. No forge. Every 1 second, a random enemy is dealt 12 damage. First reroll's free. Max HP of the castle. Troops are 40% cheaper to produce of the druids. I'm going to take one free reroll. I think that shit's really good. And then I'll take... I don't really need more militia capacity. But this only matters if they're dying. I think I'm going to save my money. Like, technically here, I should have some way... Like, what I should probably do is I should probably set up like this. No. I should maybe set it up so that there's something over here, right? So I can get value out of value out of this extra tile. But also, I don't think I care that much, to be honest with you. My resources are... Or my nodes are running out of resources right now. Right, you can see my iron mine's about to dry up, my sawmill's about to dry up, so it's probably about time when this saw, or probably when the iron mine goes, we'll probably just start stacking miner blueprints from research table. But yeah, I think we're in a pretty okay spot. If I finish the second boss, I think I will win this run. Archery number 2 is good, more archers are fine. I'll take artifact, building upgrade, basic production, and then elite barracks sounds cool. Give me some of those. Oh, I shouldn't stack up on the Cyclops though. The Cyclops are fucking crazy. 3,000 HP. I should not stack waves on the Cyclops. That's right. Because if I do this, I probably get crushed. I gotta remember that. So not all prophecies are created equal. The Cyclops is not as difficult, or is significantly more difficult. So I should play accordingly. The giant crab riders are not that good either. Stone golem for an advanced production. I do need these advanced productions, so I need the chance to see it. Holy fuck, Red Bull. Get 2 magic colleges. I'll take 100 wood and 200 grapes. I don't want to give up 4 troops for magic colleges, and I don't want 5 swordsmen on the field. So that's fine. Yeah, we're just chilling right now. Waiting for something. What should we do? Probably archery bottom right. And just go ahead and get the troops locked in. One more thing to talk about here. If you fill out all the tiles on the map, which is safe to do now, you do get an upgrade of plus 20 HP. It's not something that I ever really rush to because I'm not getting hit or anything like that, but good to do. Is this wave scary? Not really. Our horse, he died, but he went and like killed a lot of them. Do you hear that ding 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 ding? That was the undescribable horror resummoning himself like 5 times in a row. Pretty cool. Damaging enemies with each production cycle. I guess I'll take bigger healing. We get 2 elite barracks. This is what I was talking about, the Goose Hydra. This upgrades your Goose Riders, but you can get this building before you unlock Goose Riders, which is kind of silly, in my opinion. Remember the first reroll is free? All of these are useless. I don't actually know if any of these will ever be useful. Who's lightning mages? Lightning mages are really good. But I'm just waiting for this game to give me some form of metal. These Spawn's Griffins are probably good as well. But my front line is really good, so I think I'll just keep taking backline stuff. Ooh, the Hydra Pond. Again, no meat. Rampaster is one of the ones that I've had some decent success with, but I'm not playing Black Sheep. And I'm not really pivoting over. I don't have the mental capacity to make myself play this right now. Dragon Hatchery is really good. If you can make yourself one of these guys, it's pretty good. The Giants betting is free, but you take 20 HP to your castle for making one. You need 25 meat. How good are these guys? 550? Arcane troops gain a 2% chance of stunning an enemy. I actually could see myself playing this. I think the assassin is probably fallen off in my estimation. I feel like he could go out of this run. Let me go up. Let me do some considering. I think we'll do like this. Oh, if it wasn't obvious, by the way, multiple of the same building give you more capacity, right? That is hopefully something that I didn't need to tell you, but I should have told you. You know, I shouldn't assume. It's foolish of me to do so. It's just there's so much to think about, you know? These guys are dying to our sawmills. I'm gonna set the Cyclops on fire and hope for the best. I think with the boosted healing, I'll actually take a lot or very few deaths here. Yeah, they got crushed. Gain unit provides a boost to spell damage. Summons a temporary toad when a production building is depleted. Alright. Man, they give me the mill. They give me Animal Farm, which I guess we could use to make some giants, but I really want to look for the forge. Yeah, okay. It all comes together. Here we are. So I'm gonna go ahead and simplify a little bit. You can sell blueprints for denarii. I'm gonna sell this magic school. I'm gonna sell the assassin temple. You just get a flat 5 per sale. Sorry, my voice is going. We have 1,000 ore banked. So now we're just gonna build up. We want to get our troop limit increased. So I should probably bring in the blueprint table, and we should start stacking up some iron mine, or not iron mine, some wood, right? And this will give us iron. I don't really need any of these. Give me the roll. Iron mine. Good. But we can get our Academy of Fire, we can get our Academy of Lightning, we can get our mages for strong backline. Our front line will be these 6 militia. Everything's coming up beautifully. It's all coming together now. The big problem is I need wood, right? That's what we're waiting on now. I'm gold for iron mine, by the way, and then I need wood. Classic. You can do tribute for wood as well, huh? Water, gold. You can tribute gold for gold? That's crazy. A 90 wine isn't bad, and I'm not opposed to just striking these guys. We are fighting the boss soon, which we will want to take some precautions for. You kind of have to fight the boss in waves because of the way he works. You'll see what I mean. Worshipper Sanctuary. This one's really good if you have Black Sheep because it's just permascaling morale, but I do not. Speeds up the king's ability cooldown recovery while active. For 2 crystals? Nah. I think the Buddhist temple doesn't do anything, it says, but it gives you useful passive upgrades, which isn't bad. 1 roll for a tree. Okay, let's get ourselves some cool new units, shall we? First, to simplify, I'm going to clean up a little space. This is mostly for me. I'm going to go ahead and just clean up some space for my own mental. And this is a waste. This building will not be returned because I used it a little bit. That's fine. I don't mind. It's, again, I just kind of need the mental space here. So I'm going to go ahead and put up the Academy of Fire. And then I need a bunch of wheat for my Lightning Academy, for my troops themselves. I should clarify. The boss isn't until the next wave, by the way, so we're okay right now. But I should replenish my troops, I suppose. Oh, you know what else I should get rid of? I should get rid of the Madhouse. I should be not playing this. Because we do need a lot of wheat, though. And it probably will be good to convert some of my iron to gold soon. What you got for me? Do you have any Buddhist temple upgrades? You have +2 capacity for fire mages? Damage to bosses from units is increased. That seems really good. Main troops receive a 4% chance of shooting an additional projectile. Are you guys ranged? They are. And my militia are warriors, so it's like a 24% chance. Are you warriors? Oh, wow. So my mages all get a good chance of shooting double projectiles. That seems actually really good. If only I had... Can I actually go in and sell blueprints? Damn. That'd be nice. Every active market provides 5 morale. Nah. None of these spells are too exciting either. Okay. So we'll get our full troop setup done, and then we'll fight this annoying ass boss. I'll definitely want to make sure I'm on the hospital for most of the fight. It's going to be kind of important. Because we want to try to heal through the... I want to see if we can heal through the breath attack. And you don't necessarily need to know. You'll see. You know, he's a dragon. He breathes fire on the arena. It's not really that deep, is it? Here he comes. And so we will... It'd be nice to have the sawmill to maybe kill some of the backliners off too. Wow, that horse did not live. Okay. So yeah, you see how his health bar is split like this? Every time he gets to the special HP, he breathes fire and just crushes your backline. So what you want to try to do here is you want to try to minimize the amount of troops you have on the field, basically, while still breaking through his HP point, or his health thresholds. It's like I'm not going to replenish my troops because I want to have a chance, at least, of... Oh, and I have to replenish my troops, damn. No, I didn't. Ah, fuck, I sent a bunch of guys to their death. Okay, well, we'll use this intermission. Yeah, there goes my entire army, by the way. We'll use this little intermission to hopefully rebuild a little. But also, yeah, this is not great. I lose to this boss a lot because of this. So what I need to do here is I need to reorganize a little bit because I need to be able to rebuild. I need a wheat field. Thank you. I need to be able to rebuild while also farming up the resources I need, right? Hold the line, G. Damn, he almost had it. Alright, I'm gonna send out the boys. Good luck, fellas. And I should send in the militia, I suppose, as well. But this is what happens. He's just gonna, like, eat my units one at a time. So I probably need to let him hit my wall a little bit. I hate this boss, though. I think he's such bullshit for this. Such absolute nonsense. Oh, I'm out of wood. Oh. Ah, great. Well, since he's hitting my wall, I can probably just spawn my troops and he'll just keep hitting my wall now. But I think I'm dead. Yeah. I haven't really figured out what you're supposed to do against this boss yet. 'Cause other than you just have to have, like, 4 waves of troops to kill him. I'm sure that it's just a skill issue and I'll figure it out at some point. But, like, goddamn, what the hell, man? He just kills my entire army, and then my army is expensive, so I just lose because I can't possibly rebuild in time. I didn't have 3 armies worth of resources saved up, which maybe is actually a flaw, and I should just save up 3 armies worth of resources. It's possible. But anyway, that's The King is Watching. I really like this game despite its flaws. I think it's one of the better roguelikes I've played in recent memory. It does have a lot of strangeness to it, though. The way the meta progression works, the way that there's, like, no clear-cut path sometimes. Like, I spend the entire run waiting for that iron, for example. And honestly, at times this game is really overwhelming. It's hard to keep track of everything you should be doing. But despite all of that, I think this game is great. It's definitely worth your time. It's super, super fun, in my opinion. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more. There'll be a link in the description if you want to pick up the game. I don't have like an affiliate link or anything for it, but you know, it'll just be a link to Steam. You can go pick it up there. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.